What's up, friends, fellow card collectors? Card Obvious here, and today is National Baseball Card Day, so happy National Baseball Card Day to all you collectors out there. Just gonna do a quick recap of what I did today. So I went by a Walmart, the closest one to my actual home. They were pretty much cleaned out of Topps Chrome, which is what I was looking for, but it wasn't unexpected. I expected there not to be any Topps Chrome there. Surprisingly, they had Series 2 blaster boxes. I should have picked up a couple of those while I was there. But I was kind of, anxious to get around to some other places, see if I could find some Topps Chrome. My hopes weren't really high of finding Topps Chrome. Products that just came out, especially something that, sells a lot like Topps Chrome. That's one of the, most popular products every year. And especially this year when demand is, insane. Demand is insane for products right now, so it's tough to find. Retail is really, really tough to find. So I left there and I went to my local LCS, Top Dog Comics, and I wanted to see what they had going on in there. And so I headed to the shop, and I was talking to Chris, the proprietor, and I asked him about, because there was a box of Topps Chrome back there opened up, selling Lucy packs. It was just a regular box, wasn't the jumbo. So I was hoping to actually pick up a jumbo pack. But I knew going in, jumbo packs were probably going to be pretty expensive. I was prepared to, spend $30 on a jumbo pack. But no jumbo packs. They had all been sold out already. So, for the regular, hobby packs of Topps Chrome, which is 4 cards in a regular hobby pack, it was like $14, and that's way too much for me. I can't pay $14 for a pack of Topps Chrome hobby. That's not in my price range, especially me being a budget collector. So as I was talking to Chris, this guy was next to me on the counter, and he turned and looked at me and he said, "Card Obvious?" And I was like, "Yeah, you know me from the YouTube channel?" He said, "No, I recognized your voice." And I knew immediately it was you. So yeah, for about 3 minutes there, I felt like a celebrity. So the person I ran into at the LCS is Steve A. A lot of you may know him on YouTube. Steve A. sometimes frequents the streams. And yeah, it was great, to meet Steve, and we got to talking about the hobby a little bit, and talking about how the prices were pretty wild, and like how most of us are getting priced out of the hobby. So we were looking at some of the hobby boxes they had there behind the counter, and there was basketball, and one of the boxes of basketball was like, I don't know, $600, $700, and it was just wild. Bowman was wildly expensive. And yeah, so a lot of us are actually being priced out of wax in the hobby. I wouldn't say we're being priced out of the secondary market, which is funny. But for those of us that love to rip, love the thrill of ripping, we are getting priced out of the hobby at the moment. And you see a lot of moans and groans on social media about not being able to find retail, about people flipping retail, the prices of hobby and retail boxes. There's a lot of moans and groans about it, going on social media. And, yeah, it's tough. It's tough for people like me that, really want to, engage in this hobby as rippers, as people that like to open product and rip. People say, "Oh, well, that's not financially feasible to rip to chase, a certain card. Why don't you just buy that card on the secondary market?" And it's like, no, you don't understand. I don't rip anything to chase anything in particular. I rip because it's fun to rip. It is fun to rip packs. There's no denying that ripping packs isn't fun. But if you're chasing a certain thing, ripping packs, you're right, it isn't financially feasible. If you're chasing Jason Dominguez, let's just say that, it's not feasible to open a bunch of product hoping you hit a Jason Dominguez auto. That, buying cases of Bowman trying to hit a Jason Dominguez auto is not financially feasible for the majority of collectors out there. And I understand that. You're better off trying to buy one on the market. You probably, you'll get a Jason Dominguez auto on the market cheaper than you would opening cases of Bowman. But for somebody that rips a pack and is not expecting to hit a Jason Dominguez auto, or any auto for that matter, just wants to open and hopefully get a cool card or two in there, we're being priced out of the hobby. We're being priced out of our fun. But here's where, my complaints, if you could even call this a complaint, ends with a lot of people on social media. And so once you get to this point of saying, look, I'm no longer, feel involved in the hobby because I can't afford to rip wax, and I'm going to blame the flippers, I'm going to blame the card companies, I'm going to blame the distributors. That's where the line ends for me. So yeah, I may moan and groan about not being able to find retail, about retail boxes being expensive online, about hobby being super expensive, but I'm not going to blame anybody for the situation. I mean, who are you going to blame? You're going to blame the suppliers that, only make so many of a product? I mean, isn't that what we all want? Lower print runs? Do you blame the demand going up? I mean, do you not want the hobby to grow to a point where, more and more people are wanting to collect cards? And like, that's, in my opinion, totally wrong. I mean, you should want the hobby to grow. You should want the hobby to be as big as possible. And yeah, definitely don't gatekeep and say this is how you should do it. If people want to go buy retail boxes and clean out the shelves and turn around and sell them on eBay for 2, 3, 4, 5 times the price, 10 times the price, whatever, so be it. It's just the way it is. It will equalize. Prices will either rise to meet the demand and stabilize there, which would unfortunately price people like me out of ripping, boxes, or demand will fall because the print run goes up and there will be no, value on the secondary market for that. The secondary market drives the demand for pretty much all products. I mean, think about it. So say Jason Dominguez was only going on the secondary market for a couple bucks. Let's say his autos were only going for 20, 25 bucks. Do you think people would just be out there just killing Bowmans, trying to get these Dominguez autos if his autos only went for 20 bucks? No, it wouldn't drive the demand. It would not drive the demand. So the secondary market drives the demand for the most part. People are seeing, some of these cards, some of these prospect cards going for exorbitant amounts, on the secondary market. So they're like, yeah, I want to get a box. I want to take my chance on that box. But then they see, oh, so many people want these boxes, I'll just flip the box, which is great business sense. If you buy anything, if you go to McDonald's and you get yourself a double cheeseburger for $2, somebody says, hey man, I give you 15 bucks for that double cheeseburger, you're probably going to give up that double cheeseburger, right? Because you could always go back to McDonald's and now you got enough money to buy 8 double cheeseburgers, 7 double cheeseburgers, whatever. So it's okay to gripe and groan about the state of the hobby, the availability of wax, being priced out of the hobby. It's okay about that, but don't point the blame at any one specific area as the reason being of you being priced out of the hobby, I should say. So don't throw blame around, because it's not the supplier's fault. It's not the manufacturer's fault. It's not the distributor's faults. It's not the flipper's faults. And it's not the consumer's fault that are buying these boxes online at triple the price. There's no blame. It all goes around. It's where the market is at. It is the current state of the market. So you can blame the current state of the market, but you can't point blame at a specific group of people or person. And that's where I think the issue is people are wanting to find blame, and that's human nature. You want to find a reason. You want to find, you want to point at one thing and say, this is a reason this is happening, cause and effect. But, life doesn't work that way. Life is a mixture of factors. You know, it's chaotic in a way. There's never one thing that causes the other thing. There's always multiple inputs where you receive one output. It's not you press a button and this happens. It's not the way life works. It's not the way the market works. It's not the way sports cards work. There's so many different factors involved in this. You can't point your finger at one thing. So hopefully, you know, you understand where I'm coming from with this. You know, today's been a little tough trying to find product. I went to 2 Walmarts, 1 Target, and to the LCS. I bought 3 Pro Debut packs at the LCS, so I was able to get the free baseball cards of the day. We'll head over to the desk and show that off. Yeah, retail was cleaned out. Target, I hate going to the Target here. It's just a haven for pack searchers. Every time I go in there, all the cards are pulled out of the gravity boxes, sitting on the shelves. Like, people have just gone through and, you know, destroyed the whole card shelf. And it's not a big area in Target. Never find anything there. It's very disorganized. I thought it was funny because I went to Target and they had like these little blister packs, and there were 2016 Mets team sets from 2016. Why are they selling, in Braves country nonetheless, Mets team sets of 2016 tops? I find that hilarious. There was like 8 of them hanging there. And I'm like, you know, the Mets team set, you know, shout out to Joe Mansman out there, big Mets fan. And James Johnson, Mets fans. Also, Waxman. All you Mets fans out there, yeah, they're selling team sets in Georgia of 2016 tops, which I find is hilarious. Score, I saw a lot of Score available. Some Topps Heritage available. It's tough out there. Retail's tough. Hopefully by next year, hopefully supply lines get back up. Hopefully print runs go back up. That's my opinion. I know a lot of you don't want to hear that, but somewhere you're gonna have to meet the demand somewhere. At some point along the line, you're gonna have to meet the demand. Whether that means blasters are now costing $30-40 in order to drive down demand, or if you want to keep them at that $20 price point and just make a lot more of them so you can keep them at that point. We'll see what happens. Who knows? Like, I'm not a market predictor. I'm not a guru of economics or anything like that. I just like to ramble and talk here. So we're going to head over to the desk. We're going to take a look at what I got at the LCS. We're going to rip open those 3 Pro Debut packs, which really isn't my product because I'm not a prospector. But, you know, I wanted to participate in National Baseball Card Day, support the LCS a little bit. Shout out to Steve A out there if you happen to watch this, man. It was nice meeting you. It's really great to put a face with a name. And, you know, it's great to connect with somebody that, you know, we've communicated on YouTube, you know, just a little bit in chat rooms and stuff. But you know, you got to understand, behind every name you see on YouTube in a chat, there's a human being. There's a face back here. There's, you know, so we're not just names on the internet. We're not just, you know, bits and bytes and binary code on the internet. You know, there's human beings behind everybody, you know, whether it be a Twitter handle, Instagram handle, a YouTube channel, a YouTube commenter, a user, you know, a Facebook profile. We're all human beings, and we all might have slightly different experiences, but we're all here. We all share the same time, I guess you could say. But yeah, let me go ahead and quit rambling. I've been rambling, 14 minutes? Wow. I'm gonna stop talking now, and let's head over to the desk. Let's rip into some packs, and hopefully I keep this video under 20 minutes. But happy baseball card day, everybody. Okay, folks, we're back here at the desk, and we're going to open up some stuff on National Baseball Card Day. So here are the 3 packs of Pro Debut I bought at the LCS. Once again, shout out to Chris out there at Top Dog Comics. So when you walk into the store, you get a little pack. This one has Jacob deGrom on the front. It doesn't say what's on the back, but we'll see what we got in this pack. And then after buying at least $10 in Topps products, you get a couple extra cards, and got an Alonso and a Trout given to us by the LCS. Always good to catch a Trout, and a Pete Alonso, who's struggling a bit this year. But, you know, I believe he has the determination to turn it around. So let's see what we got in this National Baseball Card Day pack. I think last year there was autos that you could possibly hit in here. Not sure if we'll get an auto or not, but let's see what we do get. We got Mr. DeGrom. Start out with, we got Jose Barrios. Focus, camera, focus. Jose Barrios. We got a Yelly, an Alfaro, and a Belly. And then poster packs with hashtag Topps National Baseball Card Day. So pretty cool. So next week, you can do it again. Go into your local LCS, buy some Topps product, and you can possibly get some free cards. So, pretty decent pack. Some decent names in there. I'm guessing 1 or 2 cards per team. I would imagine maybe 1 card. But pretty cool. All right, let's see what we get in this Pro Debut. Pro Debut. Sorry, trying to get my focus just right where I need it. Got a Brave on the back, Mr. Shea Langoliers. Alright, we got Corbin Carroll. We got Chris Valamont. We got Ethan Small. We got Adam Hall. Ethan Small, Adam Hall. Rhyme time. We got a Ready for Flight, Bobby Dahlbeck. We got a Greg Jones from the Renegades. We got a Francisco Alvarez and a Shea Langoliers. So we did get a Braves card in here, which is awesome. Shea Langoliers looked good in spring training. This card is a little bit dinged at the bottom corner, as you can see there, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm reloaded. So I need to look at the backs of these to make sure there's none numbered. No, I sent one to Ron Fig. We opened up in a BBGB that was numbered, and I didn't send it in a penny sleeve or nothing because I didn't even know it was a numbered card. So pack number dos. These are hobby packs. Of course, that is the only way you could get Pro Debut. So we got Heliot Ramos, Matthew Lugo. We got Hunter Green. We got an insert here, Seth Martinez. Mata Moscas de Medesa. Hopefully I said that right. We got a Jordan Groshans from the Lugnuts. Grant Gambrel, Jonathan India. And a Julio Pablo Martinez. So that was pack number 2. Let's look at the backs, make sure we didn't get any numbered cards, 1 insert. And that is that. Alright. So I just reached in the box, grabbed 3. I didn't try to fill up the packs for relics or anything like that. Alright. Pack number 3. Bryson Stott. Ruben Cardenas. Casey Mize. There are image variations in here, but unsure. The codes. These all look like 81s. Brian Campusano. We got a TJ Sikema. Luis Matos, Ryan Jensen, and Glenn Allen Hill Jr. is a familiar name, Glenn Allen Hill. Remember his pops, Glenn Allen Hill. His pops had some pop in the bat. So nothing really going in the Pro Debut packs. I'm sure there's some names in here those of you that follow prospects recognize, and maybe you can tell me in the comments below who's really good out of that, because to tell you the truth, I really don't know. The only name I really knew out of there was Shea Langoliers. I heard of Heliot Ramos, but like I said, I don't really follow prospecting too much. But yeah, so that is our National Baseball Card Day. Hopefully you had a wonderful National Baseball Card Day. But yeah, so I will be live Sunday night at 8 p.m. for BBGB number 27. If you've never been into the break, definitely come check it out to see what kind of break it is. It's definitely a budget break, $6.50 for 2 teams. I want to try to keep it as cheap as possible for y'all, because as I was mentioning in the off the cuff is it can feel like we're being priced out of the hobby So I'm going to do my best to try to keep those prices at 650. I really don't want to raise it higher than 650 because I want you to have a chance at a value break out there. You know, there's no guarantees of anything in the break, but you know, there's 4 guaranteed hits, budget hits, that I throw in there. But you know, as far as pulling from packs, nothing guaranteed. But definitely come check it out tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. And yeah, so hopefully you all have a great, safe weekend. This is the Card Obvious, and we're going to control 2 things: it's your thoughts and your actions. So stay positive, keep ripping them packs, keep supporting your LCS if you got one, and yeah, keep your head up if you're having trouble finding retail, and it kind of makes you angry or frustrated. It'll stabilize. But yeah, I'll quit my rambling now. I've kept y'all plenty long enough in this video. But yeah, until next time, peace.